Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Rough Around the Edges. Well, I say welcome back, but if this is your first time, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Nice to meet you. Well, let's just pretend. Let's use our imagination that I just shook your hand. Okay? Come on in. Pull up your chair, sit down right across the table from me, and let me tell you what I want to do today. Let's get started by, I don't know where to get started. Okay, let's get started by talking about this little square glass container. Now, I got this particular one from the dollar store. It is a popular piece that they carry on and off throughout the year. I've seen them. I actually have had this one so long that I think it was still just the dollar store. And that's been a hot minute. But yeah, they do still carry these. If you can't find something, or find this particular one, you can find something similar. Even probably some kind of glassware that you have around your house. Anyhow, I want to turn this into a fall little nightlight. I need to give this one a good cleaning. And when I say fall, it's because I want to take 3 of my alcohol inks, the crimson, the dandelion, and the Valencia. It's orange, yellow, red. And what I want to do in the resin is try to create an ombre look. But first, because I've had this for so long, it needs a good cleaning. I think it's going to need, it's going to need some Goo Gone. I figured that, so I have some right on hand here. You don't necessarily need Goo Gone to clean something like this up. There's all different things that you can use. I just happen to have some, along with everything else under the kitchen sink. Y'all know how it is, that kitchen sink. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned up. You can clean it up with me real quick, and I'll share with you as I'm cleaning what I would like to do. Like I already mentioned, I want to create that ombre look with the red, yellow, orange, or the dandelion, Valencia, and crimson ombre look going up. I also want to incorporate this little candle, which came in a pack, I think, of 12. Turns on and off very easily. And let me tell you something about these little lights that you can purchase off of Amazon. They say they only last for, I think it said 48 hours. If I remember correctly, I think, if you didn't turn it off. Well, let me tell you. Well, that came off easy. Anyhow, let me tell you. I left mine on. I turned it on to put in a pumpkin, and I turned it too hard. If you take this little black rubber band out, it will prevent that from happening to you. But I say all this to finish my first thought process. I turned it on too far, and it stuck. And I couldn't get it for the life of me to become unstuck because it got stuck to this little black rubber band. So if you purchase these, it's best to just get rid of that. Anyhow, because it stuck, I was able to keep track of how long this little light stayed on for 24/7, almost 3 weeks. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for almost 3 weeks. I don't know if I got lucky or these little batteries are just like the Energizer Bunny. By the way, you can buy these little batteries, not much at all, in your local battery section. It's not like they're a specialty kind of battery that you're going to need to go out and hunt for when it's time to replace them. What I'm going to do is clean this up. The Goo Gone really helped with the bottom of this, but I'll go back in with some high-grade alcohol and do some more cleaning. So my next step is I am going to take some sand, resin, mix my sand and my epoxy resin together, add some black ink into it to make this black. Then I want to cut this down to size, so it probably would fit right about up to here. And I'm just going over this quickly. You'll see me do it. And I'll create a layered look because I want to drop my light down into my cup. And I don't want to see the light. I want that black sand to come up. So when you drop the light in, it isn't so in your face, so to speak. I also want to use some of these stickers, a star. I love the little fairy stickers. Don't get me wrong. If you go back and watch any of my videos, you'll see how much I use these. But in this case, I'm just going to go along her back. I want to take her wings off. I want her to be a little girl holding a star in her hand. So I'm going to try to trim around here as well and take the flowers out and put a star from some of these other pieces that I have in her hand, and do stars all the way around too. I know it's kind of hard to explain, so bear with me. We'll get to moving here in a second. I'm just trying to give you an idea real quickly what I'm going for. And then put black sand in the bottom, cut my cup, sink it in that black sand once it gets good and tacky. That way, not only can I use it as a nightlight and create that ombre fall color effect, you could put jewelry in it. You could put brushes, makeup. I mean, the possibilities are endless. You just got to use your imagination. All right. Now that I think I have somewhat tried to explain my thought process, let's get started, okay? I need to get some resin mixed up, epoxy resin, part A and B, 1:1, which is even amounts, and dye it black, and we'll go from there, okay? So, hang out. I'll see you in a little bit. Don't go nowhere. Okay, first things first, I'm going to give this a good cleaning. So I get a nice surface area, nice and clean. I hope let me turn my fan on. Get some circulation. I opened my window. Make sure you work in a well-ventilated area when using all this chemicals and stuff. I want a nice, clean surface area inside. Clean up the stickiness that I just had on the bottom. There we go. Easy as that. Alright, let's put that over there. I'm going to go ahead and trim her up while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I just want her to be a sweet little girl sitting down, making a wish, saying a prayer. So, there we go. Now let me take these little flowers out of her hand because I want her to look as if she is holding a star. So there we have it. Can you see that well? I hope so. Alright, I'm going to let my glass dry because I want to stick her on the jar. So you're going to need that jar to be nice and dry. Alright. Next step is size up the height of this jar to the height of a clear plastic cup. This will work just fine. I just want to make sure I get a nice and level cut. And where did my Sharpie go? There you are, hiding. So I'm going to use a black Sharpie to just kind of mark. And then I can go under that lifted mark and cut a little below it. There we go, see? Can you see the mark? So let's do that quickly. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. I tend to get too particular sometimes. And I think we can all be that way sometimes. But when you put your heart into something, you really want to try your best. There, how about that? Much better. All it needed was a tiny little bit off. Put it on there. There we go. Let's look now. All right. Okay. Hey. That turned out pretty darn close to perfect, if I say so myself. Okay, first things first, before I put any layer of resin in the bottom, I put my gloves on a little too early. Let me take them off quickly. Speed it up a little bit, camera. Now I want to measure the depth of the little light, because I want to make sure when I put it down in there that I make sure that the black sand for the base comes up above that light, so you don't see the light as much. But first, let me get that back in here. I want to kind of mark off how high I need that sand to come. And I need it to go right about there. And I can wipe this Sharpie off with alcohol when I need to, but for right now I need that line as kind of a guide for my little girl. So I'm going to go ahead and put her in here. Like that. Get it nice and pushed down. And peel the plastic off the back. The silhouette stickers where it's just the black is great because they're two-sided and they look great when you back them in light. Okay, so there we have her kind of kneeling, and I'm gonna, so she's inside the jar, and like I said, the silhouette stickers that you can find, they're great because you can stick them either way, peel off that back, and you have a nice look without having to go outside on the jar. If it wasn't a silhouette, you could just put it on the outside of the jar, but the silhouetted sticker allows you to put it on the inside. So let me keep decorating the inside of my jar, and we'll go a little bit into a fast forward and you can see the process. All right? Okay, let's go.
You mistook someone else for me, then ran over smiling awkwardly. Even that look, I can't resist. Every little thing, I just love this. Do you feel it too? The way we always do. We'll stay like this forever, right? Forever, right? We'll stay like this forever, right? Forever, right? You brush my hair away so sweet. With every touch you make me complete. In the car you sing that song. I wish these moments last so long. Do you feel it too? The way we always do. We'll stay like this forever, right? Forever, right? Forever, right? We'll stay like this forever, right? Forever, right? Forever, right? No one else, just you and me. This love, it's all I see. We'll stay like this forever, right? Forever, right? We'll stay like this forever, right? Forever, right? Forever, right? Forever, right? No one else, just you and me. This love, it's all I see. We'll stay like this forever, right? Forever, right? Forever, right? We'll stay like this forever, right? Forever, right? Forever, right? Forever, right?
I thought taking my cup and adding a 3D effect to it would look really cool. So what I did is I cut my other stickers that I had left over, the grass from them, and placed it around the cup so we could have a 3D effect. That's something very simple you can do to add a great effect. Okay, let's finish doing this before I get into some trouble. Now I've only poured about an ounce total in here, and I can always add more. And I probably am going to have to, but once I put the sand in there, it makes it 2 ounces instead of 1, if not more. And I want it to be thick. I'm putting just a black pigment ink in here to match with that silhouette. I want that sand because I want it to be thick, so when I stick that down in there, it'll hold a little better. I'm also going to have to put something heavy down in that cup to keep it from floating. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. That is nice and thick. I don't even think I need any more black, but I'm going to do it. because I always tend to overdo it at some point, don't we all? I'm going to pour this in up to that line. Remember the line I drew on there with the Sharpie? Can you see what I'm doing? Now this part's important because you don't want to drip it down the side of your glass. Yeah, I'm gonna need more, but I wasn't sure because once I added the sand and then once I push the cup down in here, I'm not sure how far it'll rise up. So good to the last drop. I'm hoping I could scrape a little more out of here, because it was sitting there mixed while I was putting the stickers on that plastic cup. And it's not a super fast cure, but it's not super slow either. But it doesn't feel too hot in my hands, so. Let's see what happens and how much it rises once I put the cup in there. What can I use here? Trusty red spatula. How far is that coming up? Oh my goodness. Is that turning? Let me see. Sorry, let me twist and turn here a little bit. I think that's just about the level that we need, you guys. And it's sticking down in there on its own. Yeah, thank goodness I didn't mix up any more because I don't need any more. I mean, that's right on the money, honey. Now, are we gonna float? It doesn't look like we are. It might though. It just might try. Let me look under the light real quick. Okay. Now, will you fit in there, or will you fit in there just enough to... Okay, you're going to fit in there just enough to keep it in place. Ooh. Wouldn't that have been crazy if I didn't have that lid on and I just dumped sand out into my project? Good job. Good job, sand bottle. Okay, let's let that cure. Then I'm going to come back and create, or try to create, the ombre effect with the red, yellow, and orange, making it, you know, kind of look like a sunset, and also offering those fall colors. So let's let this set up and cure for a little bit, and don't go anywhere, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, everything is cured as far as the black sand goes in, in the jar, in the square jar. And I went ahead and mixed up 2 ounces of resin. And I didn't think you would care to see that again. We've already done that once in the video together. But now what I need to do, I haven't colored anything yet. That's just dried colored from, color from something else I did. So 3 different colors because I'm going for that ombre look. So I'm going to do 1 of each just to start out. Well, that was 2 of the yellows, so I'm already 1 step behind, but it's okay. Make sure I just try to do 1 of my crimson red. I'm going to leave the lid off because I don't think I'm done with that yet. And 1 of the orange, which they call Valencia. And then mix. I'm just going to use that same stick in the dandelion yellow that I just used in the orange. And it's not much difference. This is where I don't want it to drip down the side. I probably should have poured mixed up a lot more. A lot more. Going to put you on pause, and I need about 2 ounces of resin again. Okay, so hang in there, I'll be right back. Okay everybody, it's done. I went ahead and poured the extra resin like I said I was going to do, added yellow pigment ink, and it's cured. And let's be honest, I'm going to share with you several things that I will change next time I try this. And I debated, am I even going to show this piece? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, though it turned out okay in my opinion, there are things that we can learn from. Number 1, I got 1,000,001 mica bubbles in this thing. I needed to use a much lower viscosity resin, thinner resin, and so the bubbles in this small outside area had time to rise and cure. That would be the first thing I'd change. I think that would also have affected my ombre. My ombre did not, though it is still somewhat, it didn't blend as well as I'd like it to. It's okay. Also, what I want to do down here in the bottom, because it clearly has a cup plastic logo down in there, I want to, there's something in there. I want to go in and maybe add a thin layer of black epoxy resin in the bottom just to cover that up. But for the most part, it holds you know, my brushes, which it gives me a lot of storage space. So I'm pleased with that. And it lights up. It lights up and highlights all the I can speak today, guys, I promise. It lights up all the mica bubbles, but also it really looks like I added too much shimmer dust or crushed crystal in there. But overall, it turned out okay. You know, that's what we do. We try it, we live, we learn, we try it again, and we try it again, and we do our best to get it right. Messing up is not always a bad thing. And it's not a bad thing. That's how we live, and that's how we learn. Anyhow, I'm going down a rabbit trail again. But, you know, I just really want to say thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me today. If you've, you know, been to my channel before, or if it's your first time, I really do appreciate it. So maybe give me a thumbs up, a like, a share, a comment, or just for the most part, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here today. I'm going to give you a few pictures, maybe some video, and hopefully I'll be seeing you again, and I'll be able to say, see you in a little bit. Bye.